Good morning. Welcome to the 7 Cent Farm Homestead. My name is Kate. Thank you for joining us today. We started out the day by doing our chores. We let the birds out, collected some eggs, and we just started some prep for our busy kitchen day. We had to do some restocking of our baked goods. Here are our chickens and our ducks. Here are our bunnies. They're all doing very well. Enjoying some nice weather because today is supposed to be beautiful. We started out by going to the grocery store and picked up some food for the week and for some special dinners that we're having the next couple of days. And this is my toddler. She is enjoying her blueberries and being a little bit camera shy. And my 8-month-old, she is standing and almost ready to walk. She's getting way too big, way too fast. Our chickens started laying eggs, which is great. So I thought it'd be a good time to hard boil some eggs. They're such a great snack for the toddlers. They're great egg salad. And I know that my toddler at least enjoys them. This is an egg cooker and I love it. So you just put the water in the bottom and it boils the eggs, cooks them, and then it has this nice little jingle when it finishes. And you take them out, put them in some ice water, and then that's it. A very simple way to hard boil some eggs. I very much enjoy this gadget. First thing we're going to make is hot buttered pretzels. I've never made this recipe before, but I was kind of craving pretzels, and I thought it'd be a good day to make them. So the recipe seems very simple. I have my 2 helpers here, and they're going to help me make these pretzels today. She is so much enjoying being in the kitchen and loves to help me bake and knead dough. She's so helpful. So now we combined all of the dough ingredients together and we are going to let it rest for a little bit after it kneaded. So while the dough is resting, my toddler is going to help out with some dishes and sing us a little song. We are going to make some classic muffins. So I'm going to use this classic blueberry muffin recipe, but I'm going to use some currants that we harvested from our currant bushes this past year. And again, simple recipe. We're going to cream some butter and sugar together and then add in some eggs. I'm going to be using some freeze-dried eggs today. So these are eggs that came from our chickens that we freeze-dried in our freeze dryer. So the reconstitution amount, so you use 2 tablespoons of egg powder and 2 tablespoons of water, and that equals 1 egg. So I needed 2 eggs in this instance. So I adjusted the proportions accordingly, and we're going to add that to our butter and sugar mixture. Just mix that all up. I'm going to add some vanilla. I make my own homemade vanilla, which I have been doing for probably about a year now, and I love it. We'll add the rest of the muffin ingredients in and then mix it all up. And as a mom, you have to multitask. Going to add the currants in, and then we'll put them in the muffin tins. Here come my helpers. She really wanted to eat the currants, but we had to wait until they were cooked. I added some vanilla sugar to the top of the muffins, and it gave it this nice crispy texture, a little bit sweeter. It was delicious. And then once we're finished here, we will put those in the oven and bake them at 350 for about 20-ish minutes. Can't quite remember how long I baked them for, but they did turn out great. These are the girls waiting for the muffins to come out of the oven. The currant flavor is kind of a cross between a blueberry and a grape, and it was quite delicious. These muffins were a big hit in my family. So now back to the pretzels. I have never made pretzels before, so I just followed the recipe, and thankfully the recipe was very thorough. It even came with a picture of how to wrap the pretzel, which you'll see. I'll flip the recipe book so I can reference that picture. in a second. But again, very simple. I had to just figure out if I had to wrap it 1 time or 2, and the consensus was 2 times to make it look like the pretzel shape. And then you secure the ends down and flatten it out a little bit, and there you have your pretzel. Came out really good. And after I made the pretzels, I dipped them in a sugar water bath before I baked them, and then let them sit for like another 5 minutes. And this is them after they've baked, and I'm just brushing them with some melted butter, and they turned out so good. This is some dough that I whipped up for tortillas. I like to make my own homemade flour tortillas, and they are much healthier. I love the flavor better than store-bought tortillas, so I've been making these for a while now, and they always turn out so good. The dough is very simple to make. I think it's 5 ingredients: 3 cups of flour, 1 cup of water, 1/3 cup of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And then once the dough is kneaded, I divide my dough into 12 balls, and then I flatten those out into discs. And once those are all flattened, we have to let it rest for 15 minutes, but up to 2 hours. And then we'll take a pause to play with the baby. And then once we start rolling them out, you roll them out into a somewhat circular shape. I can never get mine into a complete circle. But then you just fry them in a fry pan for only really a minute or so. And then that's that. Those will be used in dinner tonight. And then we have made it out of the kitchen. We're going to spend the rest of the day outside because it is such a beautiful day out in February. And I want to thank you for joining us today. We had a fun day on the homestead. We found some more eggs. Now, one of the chickens likes to lay her egg in that chair. Thank you for joining us. Have a great day. Bye.